Hello everyone, LRon here with part 3 of my Paradise Lost OTA 2.0 guide. Yeah, that sounded a lot better. At least it sounds better when I speak it than harder than r/gonewild. Yeah, it's definitely a considerable improvement. So, in case you haven't been noticing, in the tail end of last video and the beginning of this video just now, Um, it seems like bystanders are spawning out of thin air almost arbitrarily. So that is a key critical difference between the OT8 run and this run. Um, because if the mobs can respawn and they can do it without warning and without any way to predict where and when it'll happen, um, you can essentially um, get ganked very easily, and so it might be a contributing factor to my increased recklessness that I mentioned before, because careful, systematic sweeping of areas isn't going to really cut it anymore, because, all the slow sneaking you can do is going to be all for nothing if someone decides to spawn right behind you and just mow you down. Um, So, um, the risk reward situation of taking it completely slow and trying to play it safe will eventually bite us in the butt. So um, that probably played a contributing factor to my decision to take more chances and you know Rambo it every now and then. Decide to have some fun and kick the chicken. Um, so I'm just looking around for enemies and health.
I feel better already. That's the stuff.
And so now the window of that Caucasian over there is a bit of a pain. Um, it seems like the enemies can kind of shoot through the walls and they get to see you sooner than you get to see them. So using the window as your avenue for attacking them is probably not going to be too fruitful. Um, so instead, my recommendation would be to use the front door. Um, Basically, get a feel for where they're going to be. Aim, right where the enemy should be. Kick the door, mow them down, or mow down the individual, then kind of back out and take mental note of the various other opponents to determine probable locations for them for the next time you kick the door down, and rinse and repeat. I think that's where I found the most success there. I've tried lobbing explosives through the window, but then they just take pot shots at you, and the explosives don't really travel too far when you're trying to bank it off of a wall instead of throwing it straight in, and having the luxury of being able to face your opponents head on. Um, and actually, it was very good that I saved where I saved, because the first time I attempted this area immediately following this save, I crashed to desktop. Um, Postal 2, the base Postal 2, rather, it had some bad crashes here and there in the course of my playing, and here in Paradise Lost, that was only my second crash. I got one crash for my very first zone transition. Um, so I got kind of scared when that happened. It's like, oh no, this is going to be crashier than a Bethesda game. But no, to my relief, that ended up being the only crash I had in that particular playthrough, and I was crash-free in several other playthroughs.
Ugh, a long line. Figures. Maybe this highly touted mystery meat
So
will be
yeah,
worth a wait.
hopefully I either don't have any more crashes in the course of this run, or the crashes are conveniently located shortly following a save instead of after losing considerable progress.
I gotta find more of that good stuff.
And so I guess at this point I'm kind of just looking for more health and ammo. If health's the only concern at this point, it probably isn't worth it to jump out in this area, given the fact that this is a restaurant after all and there's food in here. But I guess I also was just erring on the side of caution because I didn't know how many more mobs are hiding around in corners here that I just don't know about yet. It looks like I'm going to be almost filling up without even picking up the quest
I gotta
food.
find more.
Oh,
That might
and
feel
then
better
there's the
already.
pizza to finish it off. Given the fact that you are forced to pick up a food item to progress, you may want to heal up using that instead of the pizza on the ground. Given the fact that we can't store food in the course of the postal mode run. So this food that we picked up is completely wasted. And where did that nightstick come from? I definitely was not holding a nightstick, and I don't want to ever hold a nightstick. So that scared me to death, and so I quickly switch over, expecting the dogs to swarm me, but they kind of don't, and I get paranoid. I don't trust these dogs, so I just pow, pow, pow. And then I go for a second looting session to get all the cinematic opponents.
Looks like I've been cock Asian blocked.
And so I get rid of the stupid nightstick, and I prepare to move on. And so we know that things are going to be generally tight, close quarters here, so... Oh, Alpha's on. So I decided to go with the machine gun, because we're probably not going to do any long-range sniping while we're in close quarters. And we don't have a machete yet. So... just assessing the situation, seeing if we can kill quickly, or if we need to aggro them. And he thinks he's not a victim, but then he went and got himself killed, so I think he's a victim now. Unless he considers that to not be victim-y enough.
Really works.
And so this area is generally pretty straightforward. Some more dogs come and kind of help out. The next encounter involving dogs, you could probably just hold back and let them do their thing. So I just hang back here and I'll mow down any dog that comes and attacks me, but I'll let them do the work for me with the people. And then I'll clean up the mess once that's all done. And looks like the people survive this time. So after the combat's done here, the video will complete. So I will see you next video. Good luck, have fun.